a celebration at the Senior Center, an art exhibit at the library, and a look back at the North Andover CAM annual meeting. All of these stories and more coming up on this edition of the North Andover Journal. Hello and welcome to this edition of the North Andover Journal. I'm Morgan Healy. North Andover CAM recently held their annual meeting at the VFW here in town. Special guest speaker Gary Tangway from Comcast Sportsnet was there to talk about his experience in the ever-changing television and media industry. Executive Director Brian Frazier spoke of future plans for the TV station here in town. Awards were given to members and fun was had by all. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
It is my extreme pleasure to have my good friend and Mr. Sports himself, Gary Tangway, so please give him a big hand.
Thanks, Steve. The first thing is, and I'll jump off what Steve talked about that night when we were covering the Patriots. You got to work hard. There is no replacement for working hard. There's no shortcuts, you know. There is nothing, you know, you need that other edit. You want that other sound bite. You need that other piece of information. I mean, you know, we all know that writing is very important for what you do because that's the foundation. I mean, if you don't have a game plan, if you don't have a structure, if you don't have a script, you don't have a video.
And when you're trying to capture news or sports, you've got to get it, and you want to be the one person to get there. So if you don't get sprayed by hopefully the champagne, you know, you ain't working.
And our school projects are getting more and more fun because NACAM allows us to have this technology at our fingertips that we are capable of producing such high-quality footage for our projects for our own personal means as a way of reaching out to the rest of the world. And I think it's just really important that we get more youth involved and we let people know that we have this resource, a community at their reach that they can go to help them for their assignments or just what they want to produce, and a lot of people don't know that. You'll go to the average person, many unfortunately do not know that we have a studio right here in town.
It's pretty much a wholesale change. So we have a new core of people here with appropriate strengths in different areas. So we're going forward with 4 full-time staff for the first time since I've been here. But the growth in the business up until this point has definitely warranted it, and we look forward to it in the future. The news is a great venture for us. It's going to give us credibility. It's going to give us a footprint in the town, and keep us viable for content and for a purpose. It's taking a lot of Susan's time, who's doing a lot of the writing, editing, you know, organizing, coordinating. But we'll all go out and shoot packages and stuff like that, and so. The end result of the news is still to get more volunteer journalists. We're looking for people just to run these stories and come up with a theme and just run with it for show to show. We've produced over 41 episodes of the news in the last 2 years that we've been doing it.
Wants to film everything, anytime.
It's cute.
It does not matter what the content. He just loves shooting. He loves editing, and he loves just bringing programming to people.
Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Local painter Phyla Slade had her art exhibit reception on Thursday, June 16th at the Stevens Memorial Library. We were able to catch up with Phyla at the reception to find out how she started painting and what she draws her inspiration from.
I like to tell people my mother was the one who went to art school, which is true. She graduated from art school in 1916. But, so she always tried to encourage my sister and me to do painting and so forth. But it wasn't until I was in college and studying biology and zoology, and I needed some courses that were to fill in, and I wanted something that would be not as intense as political history or something, which I was taking those too. But so I took watercolor, I took drawing and scientific illustration, and then watercolor in the landscape architecture department. So that's what really got me going into the watercolor. I've done some oil painting too, but not in a long time. So I chose these to show a variety of techniques. Over the years, I've taken courses with various artists. 1 week here, 1 week there, trying to take things from whatever they had to teach. And so over the years, so I've got landscapes, I've got still lifes, I've got some things I've done on when I've taken trips. A couple of paintings that are the ones in Sedona over there are from my sketchbook. What I do is I take a little sketchbook and I have a Sharpie marker and I draw the painting there, and then in the evening I paint it. Because if I'm going to sit there and paint it, the tour group's going off and I'm just sitting there, so I can't do that. But I also have, there's a triptych over there, and that's part of the result of some Japanese brush painting courses that I took. So I've been trying to take different kinds of courses over the years and different kinds of techniques.
The Phyla Slade art exhibit will be up in the community room at the Stevens Memorial Library until Wednesday, July 13th. Be sure to stop by and check it out. The Senior Center recently celebrated Donna Delaney Day to honor the accomplishments of their soon-to-retire outreach manager and assistant director. Donna has been at the Senior Center for 14 years and started many of their popular programs, including the Triad program and the Alzheimer's Support Group. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the Donna Delaney Day.
Donna was on staff 2 months before I was hired as a director. I can vividly remember our exchange. Donna was overwhelmed, I was overwhelmed, the new center. My experience through the years was through outreach and as a director in other places. So we put our heads together and it was like the perfect storm, I have to say, because between the two of us working together as a team and our other members of our staff, we made wonderful, wonderful things happen here. And she's done an amazing job. She's touched so many people through the community, between the fire and all the departments in town. And we've worked really hard to grow to what we're very, very, very proud of, and that's the Senior Center. So we've really had some fun. We've gotten into some trouble, but it's been all for the betterment of the seniors of North Andover. And I am so proud to call Donna my friend, and we are very, very grateful for having her in our life and very grateful for the service she's provided.
I'm very familiar with a lot of senior centers, and I hate to be biased, but this is the best, and it's because of Donna.
Me and Donna created a special bond for the 8.5 years that I've been here, and I will miss her very much. Thank you, Donna. Love you.
In recognition of your 14 years of dedicated and committed service to the North Andover Senior Center, and be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to in a copy, therefore transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate, and it is signed by the Senate President, the Senate Clerk, both Senator Ives, Senator Tarr, on this 27th of June, 2016.
Thank you.
Everyone is so worried about what I'm going to do when I retire. What are you going to do? Well, I have plans. The first one is I want to take painting classes here at the Senior Center. We have a wonderful teacher. I want to read more books. I want to do gardening. I got some wonderful gardening tools for a going away gift. And I want to travel and go visit my family in Indiana.
Lester Rugg and Irina Grasso are back this month from the North Andover Senior Center to let us know what's going on there for the month of July. Take it away, Lester and Irina.
Hi folks, Lester Rugg here.
North Andover Senior Center's monthly activities are what we are going to expand upon. Basically, news, updates, and announcements. Who's on the summer break? These are some of the cancellations of our programs that we have normally. The art class will resume the last week of July. Zumba Gold will resume in the fall. Men's breakfast will resume on the second Thursday of the month, starting in September. So we got something going here. There's no meetings in the summer for Triad or the North Andover COA board.
On that note, the lecture series on July 4th, the Senior Center will be closed so everybody can enjoy the festivities of the fireworks. July 11th, we're going to have Bob Stackelbeck from Quest International. On July 18th, Bob Kumo, who is going to be our economics professor. He is always interesting. And July 25th, we'll have Frederick's Pastries. I hope they have samples for us. Also, we don't want to miss these events coming up. Day trips on Fridays. On July 8th, the Peabody Museum, Essex Museum in Salem, Massachusetts. Tower Hill will be July 29th, and that's the Botanical Gardens. It's a nice little walk, and it's in Boylston, Mass. And look up at the reception desk a week before to sign up for these trips.
Seats will be limited, right?
You're not kidding.
Yeah, I guess.
And on the 30th of July, the biggest and the best probably would be the Senior Barbecue. And that's at 4 p.m. at St. Paul's Episcopal Church. Have you ever joined that?
I haven't myself, but they tell me that it's really worth going to. And so we have to make sure that we have a date for that one too as well. We'll make it there somewhere or another.
Okay.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I just want to glance over a couple of the things that we're doing in the month of July as far as the regular events. You know, every Monday we have yoga, and we have a combination class a little bit later from 10 to 11. 10:30, 11:30 is always lectures. And then we have cards in the afternoon, 1 to 3. And that's canasta and poker and whatever else can be put together. 1 to 3:30 is bridge, and 4:30 to 5:30 is Zumba toning. On every Tuesday we have Tai Chi. We have at 9 to 12 we have computer training. 9:30 to 11:30 there's the knitting classes. We have something going on all the time. 12:30, very popular, till 3, it's bingo. Yes. Bingo is always good. We have a new class forming, which is the chess club, 1 to 3 on every Tuesday. And of course, towards the end of the evening, 5 to 6, the Zumba fitness program.
Okay, and for every Wednesday, 9 to 12 is the walk-in clinic. 10 to 11:30 is heart to heart. 10 to 11:30 also is news and views. And if you've never gone, you better come and get a seat because it's interesting. Everybody talks and gives their opinion about what's going on in the news today.
And we always go away as friends.
Yes. 1 to 3 is bridge refresher. 4:30 to 5:30 is Zumba fitness. And every Thursday, 9 to 9:45, we had wood carving. 9 to 12, we have computer training. You have to make an appointment if you want to be trained on any parts of the computer or cell phones or Nook books or whatever. 10 to 11, the joy of exercise. 1 to 3, cards like polka and canasta. 5 to 6, Zumba Fitness Masterclass. And what do we do for Fridays?
Oh, geez, I've already forgotten. But I'll give you an idea. Ever popular Cuddles and they work on creating the dolls that we ship to various places overseas and here in the United States. It's kind of a comfort figure for those children that have been traumatized. And of course, in the afternoon, we always finish off with a round of bridge from 1 to 3. And from 10 to 12, the ever popular 45s here in North Andover. Irina, we've covered everything. What can I say? Take it away, people.
Wonderful. Cheerio.
Jen and Molly, or should I say Biff and Sheldon, are back this month with a special Jeopardy edition of their Arts and Entertainment Update, letting you know all about the shows happening in the Merrimack Valley this summer.
Hello, North Andover. Welcome back to another Jeopardy edition of our Arts and Entertainment segment on the Journal with a special salute to summer. That's S to the 5th power if you count Sheldon's group.
Well, I'm Biff, and this here's my friend Sheldon, and together we're going to let you know what's going on for shows and classes coming up for the months of July and August.
Yes, Biff. Per my thorough mathematical analysis, I have observed that even though seasonal temps will be going up this summer, the number of shows to see in the Merrimack Valley has not gone down.
Well, I tell you, I'm so excited that I'm going to be breaking out the snacks. I think we ended up tied last time we played Jeopardy, so I'm going to kick it up a notch if I'm going to win. But you know what? I'll let you go first there, buddy.
All right, Biff. I would like to select Razzle Dazzle for 200.
All right, Razzle Dazzle. Well, Sheldon, your clue is that this Pentucket Players show is a satire on corruption in the criminal justice system and the concept of a celebrity criminal, you know, like Donald Trump.
Oh, okay. It's a little bit of a tough one. How about, what is the musical Chicago?
That is correct. Excellent, Sheldon. This show will be playing at the air-conditioned Tent Pavilion at the Bradford Country Club on July 15th through the 17th.
Oh, so it looks like the Windy City is coming to Haverhill, right? So, what category are you picking next, Biff?
Sheldon, I'll take Fine Feathered Friends for 400.
I see what you did there. You matched my S to the 5th power with F to the 5th power.
That's correct.
Well, this show features the character Ugly, who looks a bit different from his duckling brothers and sisters. Ugly meets a whole flock of unique characters and finds out being different is not a bad thing. And golly gee whiz, Biff, I can sure relate to being a little different.
Sheldon, buddy, then you should definitely check out this show. Here it goes. What is Honk Jr. by Act Kids?
You're right again, Biff.
This show is going to be held at the Act Theater Company from July 29th through the 30th. And don't miss it. It's going to quack you up.
I gotcha. Well, next I suppose I'll try the category Ozone Depleters for 200.
All right. Well, good morning, Baltimore. This show is a social commentary on the injustices taking place in parts of American society in the 1960s.
I know. It's, what is hair gel? I use it all the time in my hair. It does a great job on those flyaways, you know. Just makes the circuit boards a little messy.
No, Sheldon. The show is Hairspray. Hairspray, got it?
Oh.
Not hair gel. This will be featuring Acting Out Junior's performers as part of a 2-week summer camp. So don't miss the performances. They're going to be on August 5th and 6th.
Okay, Biff. Thanks for setting me straight. Or curly. Do you want to pick the next category?
Sure thing. How about Pasty, Scary People for 400?
Ooh. Well, I guess I won't take this category too personally. Well, for 25 years, Uncle Fester has been missing. An evil doctor introduces a fake Fester in an attempt to get the family's money. Monstrous fun ensues.
I know what this is. What is The Addams Family, performed by Act Theater Junior performers on August 5th and 6th?
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Sheldon, stop that and just pick a category.
Oh, all right. Well, How about giant problems for 800, Biff?
You got a few of those. All right. James's parents are killed by a rhinoceros, and he goes to live with his 2 horrid aunts. One day, an enormous peach grows in his garden. Venturing inside, he meets a number of new friends who help him with his plans to get to New York.
Okay, what is the James and the Giant Peach?
Right you are, Sheldon. That show is going to be performed on August 6th and 7th, and that's part of a summer camp with the Revolution Theater Company.
Oh, well, that is super peachy. But did you also know the older Revolution Theater campers will be performing Green Day's American Idiot from August 5th through the 7th? That will most certainly be a very busy weekend.
Well, speaking of busy, I gotta run out for another bag of chips for the next tailgate before our next episode. I think that is all the time we have for now.
Well, thanks very much for watching our July-August Arts and Entertainment episode on the Journal. Join us next time as we cover a fabulous frenzy of fall festivals and first foliage fun.
Oh, God.
See what I did there, Biff? I beat you.
You are a true genius there, Sheldon, old buddy. So, until next time, cheers to you, North Andover.
Cheers. See you later, alligator.
Oh, stop it.
I can't help it.
On June 20th, ground broke on the $1 million renovation project of the existing carriage house at the Rolling Ridge Retreat and Conference Center here in town. The renovation will take what was formerly a boys' dormitory and turn it into 10 guest rooms with 8 private bathrooms. The project's estimated completion date is set for early August. At the recent Board of Selectmen meeting, Richard Valancourt was named the new Selectman Chair. Valancourt is a lifelong North Andover resident and was first elected to the board in 2012. Tracy Watson, who has been the chair for the last year, is quoted saying, "Dick has a genuine desire to serve and give back." And that quote, "He is going to make a great chairman." On Saturday, June 18th, the North Andover Senior Center received a visit from the Massachusetts Rhode Island chapter of the American Gold Star Mothers, an organization of mothers who have had their children make the ultimate sacrifice for this country. The organization acts as both an outreach program and a support network for Gold Star mothers. The American Gold Star Mothers was first formed in 1929 to honor the mothers who had lost their sons in World War I. In 1942, it was expanded to include mothers of the fallen in World War II, and today it includes mothers who've lost sons and daughters in any military conflict. State Representative Diana DiZoglio was in attendance at the event, as well as District Director of Veteran Services Jerry Maguire and Massachusetts Secretary of Veteran Affairs Francisco Urena. Our very busy superintendent, Dr. Jennifer Price, took some time out of her schedule to sit down with us for a quick update. Let's see what she had to say.
Hello, this is Jennifer Price, the superintendent of the North Andover Public Schools, and on this segment of the Journal, I'm going to talk about the Superintendent's Summer Challenge. You may or may not know that this year I implemented the Superintendent's Snow Challenge, which meant on days that we had snow days, I asked the students of the North Andover Public Schools to do something. So, for instance, the first Snow Challenge was to develop a logo for the Snow Challenge, and kids did an amazing job. And developed all sorts of logos. We did another one where we actually provided pillowcases, and kids decorated pillowcases, and we sent them over to the troops serving abroad. And if they didn't have a pillowcase, they could do a letter. We also did a science one where kids built a snowman and asked the kids to bring it inside and to measure how long it took for it to melt. And while they were measuring the snowman melting, we encouraged them to play a board game with their family. It really took off. Kids were amazing and did a great work. And Stacci's Pizza actually provided the winner of the Snow Challenge with a lunch that I then delivered to the school. So I thought I would take the idea of the Superintendent's Snow Challenge and think about a Superintendent's Summer Challenge. So this summer, I've actually challenged the students of the North Andover Public Schools to do 1 or 2 different things. The first is we're really excited that we're going to have an award-winning author by the name of Jacqueline Woodson visit our entire town on November 14th and do some work within the schools, but then also have a town-wide conversation. She is an amazing author, and this year she's actually, I believe, the national poet for young kids, for youth poet in the country. So I'm reading some of Jacqueline Woodson's books. I just picked them up yesterday at our amazing Stevens Memorial Library. The first is probably the one she's most well known for, which is called Brown Girl Dreaming. This is a middle school age type book and is supposedly a phenomenal read. Haven't started it yet, headed on vacation next week, so this is my first one. And then the second is more of a youth kind of high school age level reader, which is The House You Pass on the Way by Jacqueline Woodson. The great thing about Jacqueline Woodson is she actually writes books from the kindergarten level all the way up to high school. So I have challenged all the students in North Andover to read a Jacqueline Woodson book this summer and be ready to engage with her when she visits our town on November 14th. Stevens Memorial Library has done an amazing job making sure that there are a ton of Jacqueline Woodson books available at the library. So kids who are watching this, parents who are watching this, I encourage you to head down to Stevens and get a Jacqueline Woodson book and enjoy it. I hear she's a phenomenal author. I will be tweeting out my thoughts about her work as I get into reading it starting next week. The other part of this Superintendent's Summer Challenge is to build a little free library. This is something that's really taken off in our country, and the idea is to create a lending library right in your yard. So you build one of these libraries, you stock it with books that you may or may not have left over in your bookshelf, and then it becomes people take one, leave one, and you basically create a bunch of mini or little libraries all over the town of North Andover. If you don't have books, the Stevens Memorial Library has plenty of books they're willing to give you to stock your library, but you can see that people get very creative with them. So here you can see here that there's a whole bunch of different ways you can build a library. Here's just some pictures of it. And then here's another set of pictures of what a little library can look like. And people do all sorts of creative stuff. My idea here actually at Central Office, if I can find one, if anyone has any ideas, is to get a stand that used to hold newspapers. And maybe we're going to decorate that and then put some books in that people can take and leave as a lending library. My understanding is that we currently have one little library in North Andover, and my hope is at the end of the year, at the end of the summer, maybe we'll have 10. So those are the 2 Superintendent Summer Challenges that I have issued to the students of North Andover this summer. So I encourage you, anyone watching this, you can get involved too. If you happen to want to build a little library, let me know. We'll happily provide books if necessary, or support kids on your block as they try to do it. And again, Jacqueline Woodson visiting on November 14th is actually open to the whole community. So if you have an opportunity, regardless of whether or not you're a student in North Andover Public Schools, I encourage you to read a Jacqueline Woodson novel and then join us in November when she comes to town. Thanks, have a great summer, and as always, thanks for your support of the North Andover Public Schools.
Dorothy, Toto, and the gang visited North Andover High when the Kittredge Elementary School put on the timeless play, The Wizard of Oz, on Tuesday, June 21st. The Journal was there on scene to see what happened in the show, and here are some of the highlights.
Fly over the rainbow line, then why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond.
Who killed my sister? Who killed the wicked witchlings? Was it you?
No, it was an accident. I didn't mean to kill anybody.
Accident? Well, my pretty eye can cause accidents too.
Then you're welcome to come along. Then are you ready? Ready. Then we're off. We're off. We're off.
We're off.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We're off to see the wizard. Fly, fly, library. In all walls, no wizard that there is or was is ever gonna bring me down.
I just want to say that I am so proud of how well they did tonight. They worked so hard, and they really, even when they made mistakes, they knew how to pull it off. I'm so proud of every one of them.
You can catch the full play on the CamEd station, which is channel 99 on Comcast and 28 on Verizon. Before we end today's show, I'd like to leave you with some community calendar events. To start, the Summer at the Stevens is underway at the Stevens Memorial Library. This summer's theme is Get in the Game and Read. Children read and play reading bingo to earn drawing tickets. Teens and adults read and play weekly trivia to earn tickets for weekly drawings. Prizes are available for all ages, and it sounds like a lot of fun. Some of the upcoming children's events at the library include Healthy Choices on Wednesday, July 6th. Julie and Brownie will take the audience on a musical look at being healthy and staying well. This music, dance, and fun-filled program starts at 1:30 p.m. The Summer at the Stevens is holding adult events every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Some of the events for the month of July include author Jay Atkinson discussing his book, Massacre on the Merrimack, Hannah Duston's Captivity and Revenge in Colonial America, on July 7th. And on July 14th, Dr. Dominic from the Northern Essex Community College will speak about the Cuban embargo and why it happened. You can visit the library's website to get a full list of all of the Summer at the Stevens activities and events. Another key event happening this month is the 4th of July celebration. The day will start off with the annual road race at 8 a.m., followed by the bike parade at 12. The pie eating contest starts at 1:30 p.m., and there will be live music by the White Street Band from 2:30 p.m. until 4:30 on the Common. North Andover CAM will be broadcasting live from the Town Common at 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. And if you'd like to be interviewed on the live broadcast, you can call Susan at the CAM station at 978-687-6570. And don't forget to stop by the North Andover CAM booth to see what else is going on this summer. And as always, if you have a news story idea or segment, please email us at thejournal@northandovercam.org. Those stories will wrap things up for us this week. I'm Morgan Healy. Thanks so much for joining us.